I had this attitude that I can do it. There's nothing I can't do. If I can squat 535 or how many, I don't know, 23, whatever it was, I can do anything. I believed that and it worked because I believed it. So I'm telling you, I never had any talent for bodybuilding. I never had any talent for business. I wish I did. And I emulated guys and watched guys that were really sharp. My CEO taught me a lot, but I like being uncomfortable. Another thing that Squat Rack taught me is when you're uncomfortable is when you grow. We know that from the gym. When you're uncomfortable is when you grow. So I like being uncomfortable in life. I threw myself into a corporate position to where I didn't know anything. I had to learn the computer. I had to learn how to type fast. I had to learn how to do these programs. I had no training. I'm like a handicapped kid, you know? I'm an old man, but I learned it, and I got faster and faster and faster to the point to where I could live in a corporate world, but I decided to come back home. My CEO told me, he said, if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, go back to what you know best, I'm gonna fire you anyhow. He was joking, but it's like being in the mob. Once you get in the mob, you can't ever get out. You know, you're in it for life. And I don't know if that makes sense to you. The mob meaning the crime syndicate, meaning like the Sopranos. Once you get into the Soprano family, so to speak, you can never get out. And that's bodybuilding for me. Bodybuilding has given me a lot, tremendous, a life. It's been good to me financially, mentally, spiritually, physically. I learned about life in the gym. Everything I know about life, I learned at the Squat Rack. I learned how to fail in the gym. I learned how to fail and fall on my face many, many times that you never read about, okay? And I keep getting up. And the same attitude working in the office. I'd fail every day. I mean, I'm like all these 20-year-old kids around me typing. I'm like, my heart rate's fast, I'm losing weight, I can't eat enough. It's like, you know, I'm getting in shape just sitting there at my desk, you know? But I had to learn it, and I had to put myself in that position. And that's the reason I'm in Europe 10 months out of the year, 11 months out of the year now, because it's uncomfortable. And that's when you grow. It's hard to learn a new language, but I want to do stuff that I've never done before. I want to feel so uncomfortable I can't stand it, but I want to be able to manage it. I don't want to have a nervous breakdown, but that's why I have Adam here. Adam watches me and says, okay, that's enough. But you know, I'm very fortunate. I've been very fortunate in life, and bodybuilding's been great to me. But what I'm here to tell you is that life doesn't happen to you. We all think that life happens to me, right? Life happens for you. It happens for you. I mean, opportunities will come to you every day. It's either for you, you can remain scared of the opportunities, or you can embrace them and take them. What I finally realized that, and I want to share this with you, if you give up on your dreams, what do you have left? Nothing. I can't live that way. I have to live on the edge. You know, if it wasn't bodybuilding, I'd probably be a motorcycle or cross-country jumping cars or something. I don't know, something crazy. But in my day, when I was being tutored by Arnold and Frank Zane and, you know, and Dave Draper and Ferrigno, it was like bodybuilding. You had it all. It wasn't about deprivation and pain and punishment. It was about abundance and prosperity. Arnold taught me, hey, this is America. He said to me, this is America. You can do anything you want. He said, let me show you. Life is supposed to be big and full. That's what he taught me, coming from Austria. Speaking German, barely speaking English. So I've adopted those values. But it took a guy from Europe to tell me that about America. I didn't know that. I didn't understand capitalism. I thought, okay, fine, I'll just fit in somewhere. But being around the influence of all those guys I mentioned, and a lot of the women too, I learned a lot from a lot of the women. Women taught me how to pose, they really did. And that was the unlikely winner. Almost everybody's an unlikely winner. They're not supposed to be the guy or the girl, you know? Everything, I could have looked at all the negative situations in my life, but, you know, I wasn't the chosen one. I wasn't chosen to be this guy and to be in the Weeder camp or whatever. But I wanted it so bad. In fact, the only difference between most of you and me, the only difference between me and you is I wanted it more. I wanted it more. That's the only reason I'm sitting here. And, you know, I'm nobody special. I could have got a job as a coach or something. I didn't want to be a PE coach. I wanted to do something where I was really uncomfortable, and I was. It was overwhelming, and I could have failed. I did fail a lot of days. A lot of days I failed ridiculously bad, okay? I did. But you know, what are you going to do? You're going to just stay down? This is what I said to Dorian too. You're going to just stay down or you're going to get up? The only difference, and the only way to go is up. That's what the squat taught me. Once you go down, you got to get up. You got to get up. You got to get up. I came back after my first visit to Hungary for 2 months, in Austria and in the UK, and I came back to the office and I said, Dino, I have to maintain global mobility. I have the opportunity to travel again all over the place and to go to different countries and be involved with bodybuilding. And I have to resign, because I know. I expected you to say this, okay? And so I had to leave the office and pack my stuff up and leave. And it was like, wow, it's like leaving the gym, going, I never come back. And that's what I put into what I do. I don't just get a job. I don't just squat for reps and, I can do 10. If I have 50 in me, by God, I'm gonna do 50, okay? You know what I'm talking about? I'm not talented. It was life and death. Either you live or you die. Which one do you want, Tom? That was the decision. In the corporate life and in the gym. But if you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you can't do something. I'll repeat that. If you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you can't do something, not even yourself. A lot of days I'm like, oh, you can't do this, Tom. You can't be as quick as a 30-year-old on the computer. Bullshit! Let me show you. I mean, I would have arguments with myself. I could do it. People doubted me. I doubted myself sometimes too. But you know what? I watched Arnold fall down. Nobody remembers when he fell down. When he was, Arnold wasn't the glorified winner as he was in the first 70 through 75. He got up. I'm gonna become a famous film star. He became governor. He kept getting up and getting up. I saw Trump do the same thing. I saw a lot of these guys I admired in business do it. And that's what it takes. To do anything successfully in life, you've got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want. And life and dreams do come true. Anything you want can happen and become a reality. I believe that sincerely, and I'll die on that thought, okay? And I say that not from something I read, that's from something I lived, okay? And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.